All right. We are officially set. Thank you for those who waited through the delay. Obviously, this has been more than just a 1 week delay. We've been trying to get this gentleman on for a while now. We had some crazy things going on last week, but we finally got him in here. That tells me that this is going to be one hell of a show, because whenever you got to go through hurdles and you got to dip and dodge and you got to bob and weave, you know that you're in for a great show. So you guys are tuned in to none other than the Locker Room Show. When you see the intro, you know what time it is. The gentleman to my far right is somebody that holds me down every week in the locker room, and that is none other than Q, the Guru. What's going on, Playmaker?
What's going on, Coach, man? We finally we back on there.
Damn. We back on there, brother. We back. I ain't even gonna get into it, because if I get into it, I'm going to get in trouble. But we back on the air, brother, and we got a good one. We got a good one tonight.
As usual.
Now, this is somebody that I got a history with, Q. I got a history with. I met this gentleman when I was about 17, 18 years old. He looks the same as he did back then. I know that we got some war stories that we can't share in the locker room, but this is somebody, man, that not only do I look at you guys as a brother, somebody that I love dearly, somebody I've been to battle with literally on the field, somebody I blocked for as he ran down the field and sprinted towards another either pick six, fumble recovery, kickoff return, punt return. He was the honey badger before the honey badger, you guys. 3-time all-conference Big 12. Freshman of the year in 1997, went on to become an All-American kick returner, also a bad defensive back, and then went in the third round to the Miami Dolphins, and that is none other than my boy, Dog Pound. Ben Kelly, how's it going, Playmaker?
Man, it's going good. That's a hell of an intro. Appreciate that.
Hey, man, well deserved.
You don't get out the locker room.
well deserved, brother. And we've been trying to get you on for a while, so I'm gonna get right into it. Now, before I get into it, a lot of people know you as a kick returner, but I'm
Heat coming again. Heupel buys some time, running out of it. Hit again and throws on the run. Intercepted by Kelly. His second of the quarter. Heupel a little bit off balance as he had to scramble to buy some time, and then running to his right, trying to throw back across his body.
Well, he buys a lot of time. He does what he has to do. Again, he's told not to run the football. He should have just taken off and run. But he sees where there's a wide open man downfield. But look at Kelly. He just breaks for the ball. He's covering his man. He's not leaving his man. I won't leave him. I won't leave him. But the ball's in the air. He says, now I can go. He's got the angle. He makes the play.
Right there, obviously, bringing back your heyday, brother. And I was right there with a first-class seat. But one hell of a player, you guys. Like I said, All-American kick returner, but also a dynamic DB, too. So welcome to the Locker Room Show, brother.
Man, I appreciate you.
No doubt, no doubt. So let's get into it, man, because we've been waiting for this, and I know that you taking a break from work and everything to join us. But once again, you guys, big-time player, All-American at the University of Colorado, went on to become a third-round draft choice. And for those that don't know, in the locker room, we cover the journey of our guests, but we also cover trending topics, and you'll see those on the bottom. So we're going to get through some of those things. A lot of players watching, BK, a lot of parents, coaches. So we appreciate your time. So let's get into the first topic, man. And a lot of people don't know, BK, that you're from Ohio. A lot of people would think maybe Cali, maybe Texas, but actually from Cleveland, Ohio, and decided to come all the way to Boulder. So talk to me a little bit, man. When it came down to decision time and you were going to go far away, what were the determining factors with that?
See, at the time, I had jumped around. I went to 3 different high schools. So I didn't have a traditional recruit path. So I went to camps like between that summer between junior and senior year. Michigan had a real big camp at that time for high schoolers. So I had just jumped in on that. I went to that camp. I did well out there. I met a lot of coaches. That was basically the start of my recruitment. And that's where I got to meet a lot of coaches from the country because they had coaches from everywhere. That's actually where I got in touch with Colorado, along with people from schools. So my journey wasn't necessarily traditional. It wasn't like how a lot of guys are, it's definitely not how it is nowadays. But I just went to the camp and, got in front of the right eyes at the right time. And that's how it happened for me. And the recruiting process after that, I went on a visit out to Colorado. You from Cleveland, Ohio. You land in Colorado in the Front Range. You see those mountains. You see just scenery and some geography that it'll blow you away. I mean, and so one look at all of that. I was a Colorado fan from early '90s when they was in the back-to-back championship games with Notre Dame and Orange Bowl.
Yeah.
Liking Colorado, but I didn't have any kind of connection to them. I like the uniforms. That's pretty much it. And so when they started calling, I was like, yeah, let's do this.
Okay, so it wasn't too hard of a decision for you.
No. Like I said, at that time, too many options anyway.
Okay. Yeah.
Once I started getting a little attention school, I recognized who I had some interest in. I'm like, well, let's do it.
No doubt.
That's
no
what's
doubt.
up.
Definitely. So, a lot of you guys don't know. I mean, you saw how he became an All-American, was making plays, stadium. His name is in the stadium at CU. And he was an under-recruited player. This was a diamond in the rough. Bobby Houck shouts out. So there you go. A lot of you guys are under-recruited. Maybe it's only one school that you don't go to, but that doesn't mean Let's talk again, you guys, about when I sat back and watched, man, the football success. There's guys that have football success in college. Obviously, you were an All-American. This is talking about the best to ever wear number 1 at the University of Colorado, and your name is right there by Eric Bieniemy. You two are the best to ever wear the uniform, number 1. So obviously, dynamic kick returner. But I wanna ask you, BK, because I think back to my days of being a year underneath you and watching you do your thing and watching you work your ass off. And it seemed like you had a formula. It seemed like you had a blue script, a blueprint, a script. Did any of that change once you got to the next level? Or do you feel like you were trying to implement the same script as college?
It's a whole different ball game from the NFL. College is we still, how we were in college. You still don't have anything really.
Yeah.
I mean, as far as you're not comfortable. I mean, you're comfortable in the sense where, you're in a little fishbowl. You're in a bubble. You're not in the real world. So, you're safe, but you're not. You don't really have much. You don't have much of anything. Everybody's in pretty much the same situation. Everybody around is between 18 and 22 pretty much. And so the NFL, you get there, you're a little more isolated because there's only a handful of rookies. There's only a handful of younger players. Then you got vets, you got families, got kids, got, they millionaires already. So you don't really fit in that circle. And then by the end of training camp, it might be 2 or 3 of y'all.
Right.
Yeah. Good point.
Yeah.
So it's like you kind of an isolated thing. Your position group, you might just be the only rookie. and that's the people you with all the time. And so you don't have that bond. You don't have that, just like, it's not like a united front. Everybody's kind of their own business. Everybody looks out for themselves because,
Do you feel like that affected you not having any real camaraderie or having people that you looked at as friends or brothers close?
No, it's still at the end of the day, you still ball players, you still athletes, so you got that in common. It might not be like at the end of the day, you might not just hang out the rest of the night and the next morning type stuff because everybody has different responsibilities and whatnot. But no, I don't. I think it's just the fact that it's just a different feel because it's like you're in a whole. It's literally a different league, a different requirement. You don't have to go to class. You're not running back and forth things. You're just there. You're just trying to get through. You're trying to every day. You feel like it's every day it can be your last because you look around and it's somebody's last day every day.
Literally, the Turk coming.
Yeah, it's like you're looking, you see, names gone the next morning, and you're like, damn, that was quick, It's more that kind of anxiety and pressure because you're like just looking around, and then you hear the war stories and from the vets who've been on 3, 4, 5 different teams. So it's just you're just experiencing like a different part of the game, and it's a lot more that you think about, that you're introduced to, that you have no realization about as a college kid.
Definitely. Gotcha. No, that's good feedback right there. And some of you guys want to go to that level, and you're hearing it from somebody that's lived it. I see the great Rick De Jesus saying, "What's up, Coach? Glad to be here." His son is somebody that might have that type of potential. Daryl Green, you getting the Daryl Green reference in here. The great John Hughes says that was a Daryl Green type to me. Steady the honey badger. Good reference right there. We got Mama Sydney coming in saying, "Hi, T, looking forward to a great show." And then, of course, Mama Victoria saying, "Mile High City, they're ready to go and turned up," because I know the game's on right now, too. So thank you guys for joining us. We are on to our next topic, and that is, and we're speaking to the right person right here, the death of the kick returner. The death of the kick returner. If you guys haven't heard, the NFL has put in new rules as far as kick returns where guys can fair catch inside the 25. A lot of people do not like this new rule. It's more like the college rule. So right here, we've got an article saying for the Patriots, their offseason moves have been impacted by the latest NFL rule change. So we're talking to somebody that literally was drafted with big time kick return potential. And I want to ask you, BK, how do you feel about hearing this new rule? I know a lot of injuries happen on kickoffs and punts. But do you think, hey, football's football, they need to keep the rules the rules?
It's a couple ways to look at it. But as a safety concern, because now I'm a parent now, the kid that's playing football. So
True.
Now, it's a dangerous play. It's everybody got a free run from 50, 60 yards, full speed, collisions, all that. Yeah, it's a dangerous. They've taken away back in the day, still run wedges and stuff like that. You'd have your wedge busters and all that, and those you put the craziest guys on your team.
Literally, right?
Just run into that, put your head down, blow it up. That was their duty.
Right, literally.
Yeah, it's a dangerous play. It is. It changes the game. Obviously, it changes strategy. It affects a lot of people's career. A lot of guys who specialize in doing the returns as a kick returner, like you can go to Devin Hester, Dante Hall, Josh Cribbs, Dave May. You can go way back. a lot of those guys, that's what, I mean, you would never heard of them.
Yeah,
It's,
absolutely.
but at the end of the day, you got to look at the safety guys out there taking those collisions if it's not necessary. And if it's, for the betterment of the game, I mean, we got to evolve. We can't be the old man, get off my lawn. You gave it.
Yeah.
Off game changes. You got to adjust. You got to adjust with it. I mean, it's like sport. The rules change. It's supposed to be for the better, to make the game better and more. So guys can sustain their bodies longer. So at the end of the day, I mean, we have to adjust. The kids have to adjust, and I'm sure nobody's gonna give up the sport because of it. They're just gonna adjust to it.
He brought up a good point, Q, and I know you were a kick returner coming out of East St. Louis, doing your thing, and I know you didn't do as much in college, but it brought value to you as a recruit. Is that something that you think will hurt recruiting? If you were a parent of a young football player like BK, is that something that you would want out of the game or in the game?
I mean, I would want that in the game. I mean, because I can agree you do need to evolve. But it's one of those things where, that's, returning wise, you have a great returner. I mean, that's one of the most electrifying parts of the game as far as a spectator. And then too, look how much when you have a great special teams with great returners, how much it helps your offense. You might not have a super high power offense, but if you can get that field position because you have, a great special teams, then that's going to help you out a ton. If you're a skill position player that maybe doesn't get a whole lot of runs from scrimmage, that's one of your only ways to get the ball.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? So that's imperative, so I get the rule change, but you don't want to affect it too much because that's such an important part of the game. That's a very important part of the game. I mean, that's what I grew up watching. Being, that I grew up watching Rocket Ishmael.
It almost be the basketball version of saying, let's take away the 3-point.
In a sense, yeah.
Maybe
not that bad. Maybe not that bad. It's like hand checking. You know what I'm saying? But right. But it's still very important. I grew up again watching, Rocket Ishmael and Desmond Howard. That's what made them who they were. Eric Metcalf. These dudes was electrifying, man. Like you kick them the ball, you lose your scholarship type. You know what I'm saying? Bad. You know what I'm saying?
The great Jimmy says, thanks for calling me back on that one, fellas. Thanks for calling me back on that one.
Yeah.
But no, you guys are right. Livelihood, recruiting status. If I see a kid on his field take 6 kicks back, I'm thinking he's returning kicks from me. No doubt. And maybe that's not as dynamic. So you guys got a great point there. We're on to our next topic, you guys. And once again, we're always trying to provide information that's pertaining to whoever is our guest. And we're trying to pick a little bit from their brain and give it to you, a nugget that you could put in your back pocket. And the gentleman that we're talking to tonight, you guys, actually forewent his senior season. I don't even know if that's a word, forewent, but he said, I don't need a senior year. I'm going to the league and forget what y'all talking about. You want to sell these number 1 jerseys in the stands. I need to go do my thing. So he gave up, you guys, his senior year. And I want to talk to you, BK, about that decision, man. Do you, thinking back to that time, I know we're getting a little older, but thinking back to that time, did it ever come into your mind leaving the team or how it would affect the coaches or anybody that you would be leaving? Or does that just have to be hey, I'm focused on the future decision?
Yeah, but let me make this clear, case, especially if there's kids and parents listening. I redshirted my freshman year. So I was a senior in school. I just had another year of eligibility in football. So just make that clear to make sure it's not, he just walked
indeed.
Right. Okay.
Right.
Yes, indeed.
Listen, what in my decision, it was just a feel at the time. We had some transition at that time. I think Barnett came in. I came in with New Heisel. Barnett came in with his crew my last year. They both good, great coaches, whatever. I didn't have any static with either one of them. I just, at the time, I was just at a point where I wanted that challenge. I wanted a new challenge. I felt that I was ready. I talked to a lot of, by that time I had, met in college and got to know some guys who had went on to the league.
Right.
I picked their brains a lot. I obviously discussed everything with my family and stuff like that. So just at the time, I felt like I was, that's what I wanted.
Do you think the NIL would have played into the decision? You think you might have stayed if you could have made some money?
Get me started on NIL. Listen, that NIL, I don't like that at all.
Oh, really? Okay.
I don't like it at all.
Why is that?
It entitles people. I think it entitles way too many kids, and it puts unreal expectations on these kids that they're not ready to. I think these kids are not. There's part of the social media age. Part of it's the like, for instance, obviously we're following Colorado a lot because that's alumni and everything. And I think what's going on with all these new. All this new NIL money coming in. Love that we got Coach Prime out there. It's good to get him back in the, in the limelight now, getting talked about again and everything. But I think they're putting so much pressure on. Okay, they announce who's getting what kind of NIL money.
That's true.
Value is 6, 7, 8 million. Travis Hunter got this Heisman campaign already. He's not played it down, and it's like, so. If he don't turn out from day one, which is very hard, I don't care what your high school ranking was. If you're not one of the top 2 or 3 people in America, you're gonna be a bust. You ain't worth the money. We paying you such and such amount of dollars,
right? And
I don't think that's something a kid in college has the ability mentally and just has the strength to be able to combat that, because you gonna get it.
So hold on, T.
Okay, go ahead.
Here's my thing, though. Here's my thing. Let's look at the clip that we just saw. You making 2 picks.
3rd down and 10. Heat coming again. Heupel buys some time, running out of it. Hit again and throws on the run. Intercepted by Kelly. His 2nd of the quarter.
So. That team went on to win a national championship. Now you're on ABC making those plays. So how much money did your university get paid from ABC for you doing what we just saw? They got to pay you. You see what I'm saying? They making money.
I'm trying to see what kind of dynamic. I don't know what kind of dynamic that would bring in the locker room as well. Say you don't at the locker room.
I would have been like, let's go to the car.
I mean, different people think it's all fun and game, but what you gonna do when, say, I was the one throwing that pick?
Right.
Throwing the back picks on ABC.
True.
All that.
Or giving up the tub.
Then how you gonna deal with that? You got to understand, every play is not a good play. That wasn't a good play for Josh Heupel.
That's true. Hey, but you gotta, that, which is true. That's absolutely true.
You know, a lot of these teenagers, 17, 18, 19, they've been coddled. They've been, you the next best thing. You saying you better than I was at this age. So these expectations you putting on these kids, it's like,
I can agree with that.
You cannot. So
it's pro earlier.
Yeah.
It is, but it's helping them be more knowledgeable of the business that they're a part of. You see what I mean? Because
they better be knowledgeable.
Again, this is just my opinion. It's forcing them to be knowledgeable and understand that their talent that they've worked hard to develop is a commodity. It's a commodity. And I mean, that's great. This is my opinion, but I have a strong belief that your talent as an athlete is a commodity. Everyone doesn't have that. You see what I mean? Everyone doesn't. Everyone isn't blessed with that.
That's when you're a pro. How many of them people on that field, on that 22, all 22 of you, how many of them that were playing on ABC, national TV, take the top team in America, take your national champ, Georgia Bulldogs, had the most people drafted. How many of them actually you think still in the NFL after 4 or 5 years?
Oh yeah, no. Hey, hey, NFL is not for long, baby, and I get that. But we talking about one on the collegiate level, what your school is making off of your sweat. That's what I'm talking about. Colorado got paid off of. Hey, I guarantee if you talk to your AD after that game again from ABC, I know us when we played Notre Dame on ABC.
We wasn't winning it without you, brother.
You really, but I remember distinctly, finding out that when we play on ABC against Notre Dame for the first annual Eddie Robinson Classic, Kansas got $4 million. Notre Dame already had it back in the gap. This 99. You see what I'm saying? So it's not about going pro. It's about the university making bread.
But I get what he's saying too. He's looking from the athlete's perspective and mental health.
Absolutely. But it's like, where your money at from EA Sports and being on there with 99 speed? Where the time?
I mean, it's like I missed out on something I didn't have. And I had a great experience that I wouldn't have had if it wasn't for the University of Colorado. I mean, I'm
sure.
like,
but it was absolutely.
My people
true, but Ben, it was your extraordinary talent that was the commodity that got you there, bro. That's what I'm explaining. It's your extraordinary God-given talent that we witnessing. That is why you were there, because of you. You were a commodity. You were a rare commodity. Period.
I look at my platform was like, as you're playing on there, the clips. That was my platform. So what I can do. That was NFL was looking at what I was doing. So I was always looking at, like, if you're trying to get paid for this, you can make it to the show. Like, this is not college. Is not.
I get it.
Absolutely.
College. That's not the best of the best. You understand?
Absolutely not. Absolutely. But you doing that in this day and age when we just saw you doing what you were doing.
Oh,
that's money in the bank in school, as you should have been, as you would have been owed.
I mean, it is what it is.
And we got some good commentary. I see the coach saying these youngsters need to be well versed, financial literacy. Yeah. Definitely.
Ben was a bad man. He was a bad man. That's what I'm saying. His phenomenal talent is a commodity, man.
The players have a business team around them. The NIL can be positive. So So I know you're not turned down no money though. Little man come up, little BK. You said, but no, you brought up a great point. You are going to have more issues for with kids that aren't ready. It's already enough pressure without money, and like he said, they're making dollars. They're making $1 million. Travis Hunter's 1.5. 1.5. That's a lot of money, So that comes with some things.
You can't treat, if you paying somebody, you can't treat them like a kid anymore. You're gonna be treated as a professional. You're gonna get the media gonna.
And Deion said that actually. I heard him say that. He said, y'all driving the cars, you want that, we're not gonna treat the media ain't gonna treat you like a kid. These kids I'm kicking out ain't gonna be getting treated like no kids. So it's a new day and age. It's a new day and age. So great topic, and we definitely obviously will be revisiting that one. Absolutely. I want to get to this next one, you guys, because this one is probably a bit more mainstream anyway than the NIL for some of these kids. And this is how to survive, better yet, how to get off and thrive, you guys, on a losing team. right here, we got the great David Montgomery from the Bears saying how losing with the Bears just sucked everything out of him. He didn't even want to play anymore. And I know, Q, you've been on some losing teams with KU. BK, we had our losing teams every once in a while with CU. So talk to me a little bit about this, Q. How did you still stay positive, work out hard, and keep your game tight on those losing teams?
I mean, it was difficult because, I mean, originally, with me ending up at Kansas, I mean, they were top 10 when I got there. I wasn't trying to go anywhere that wasn't top 10. They was 7, K-State was 8. So it was like that drop off, from whether coaching staff change or whatever the case may be, it does make it a little bit more, difficult, but it boils down to you. You are your own man. You want to be a great teammate, but you're there to have success, and you have to take some type of accountability. I think if nothing else in college, when you leave off, you will find that some kind of way, shape, or form. You're going to find that accountability, despite whether you're on a winning or a losing team. It's just that if you notice on winning teams, there's more accountability amongst everybody. That's part of the difference. Yeah, it might be, talent or whatnot. This team has more 4 and 5 stars than this team, but ultimately it's gonna be, who has the most accountability, usually has the more successful team.
Yeah, definitely. And I know Coach Foss is in here, the great Coach Foss, and he even said he's at the high school level. His son, a lot of kids didn't want to play after dealing with the coaches and a losing season at the high school level. So talk to me a little bit, BK. I know we had a couple sprinkle seasons in there at CU. I don't know how it went at the professional level, but did you ever find it hard to do your job or stay pumped up when the team just sucked or the morale in the locker room was low?
No, well, I guess that's where it comes. You as the athlete, you can't follow the crowd. You have to create your own way. You have to be self-motivated. You got to be strong enough that I'm going to do the best I can each and every time I'm out there, regardless of what the score is, regardless of you up or down, regardless of what your teammates are doing. And that's something you got to learn just because everybody else is, they not putting in their best effort. Like I was always taught, if you out there, you on film, somebody's watching you.
Yeah.
You out there, somebody's watching you.
Good point right there.
So your opponent watching tape, everybody that team play watching tape, every coach is watching that tape. You got so many people watching that you never even know. And most of the time when you watching that all 22 tape, which is what coaches typically watch, they don't watch the TV. Yes, they don't know what the score is. Most of the time they're getting cut ups. Give me all the plays out of Tripp's package. That's it.
Right.
They're not looking at the score of the game. They're not looking at they looking at no sound, all 11. They just looking at whoever they trying to look at.
Yeah, who's second plays off? Is everybody getting to the ball? Yes, the little things that
So I think just as the athlete, as the player, you have to always somebody's watching. Even if it's not your own coach, it might be your next coach.
Right. Absolutely.
Especially nowadays with the portal.
Definitely. But I think some of that too has to do with, with the coaching staff, because, as they say, what runs downhill. You know what I'm saying? And if you notice with our program right after we left, look what Coach Mangino did right after our class left. You see what I'm saying? They we back in the bowl games because he brought that attitude from Coach Snyder's staff to Kansas, and it changed just like that. Took him no time because it was that automatic accountability. This is the way it's going to be. If you don't like it, you won't play, maybe not even be here, but we will have kids here that, buy into accountability and full throttle, all day, every day, and it's not so much what they say. It's not about practice makes perfect. It's about practicing perfect. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Practice. Yes.
So yeah, for sure.
Good point, fellas. Well, yeah, and that's some good things for you guys to think about, because some of you ain't everybody gonna win a championship or a state title this year. Some of you guys are going to be trying to get recruited from the boo-boo team or go to the NFL from the team that won 2 games. So how do you get down? Like BK says, somebody's always watching, and that's how he practiced and played. I can testify. So we are on, and we got BK for a couple last segments here, but this is one of our fan favorite segments. I am excited myself to get to the lightning round. The lightning round is our version. There you go. Of word association, you guys. Word association. Now, I know if this gentleman is holding things back or if he's letting us know what's really on his mind. But in the lightning round, our guest has 60 seconds to give
It's me.
to his time, and I ask him a question. Now, I got people on here. I got either or. Obviously, I know this gentleman personally because I was with him for 3-4 years. So I got some bullets to fire. You ready, brother?
Yeah.
All right. So we got 60 seconds. Now, we're not just doing this for fun. If you ball out, if you get 15 or more, then next time I see you in Boulder or something, it's dinner on me. Dinner in the hotel stay, one night, not the whole trip. One night on me. All right. So you got to get to 15, and you get one because we already got somebody 15, and you get one for tech delay. So even 14 is good to go. Even 14 is good to go. Now you got 60 seconds. Now I can testify this brother was pretty fast. Now I got him at zeros. I'm never going to cheat a fellow buff, but 4-3 easy in BK's day. 4-3 easy on BK's day. So let's get into these questions, and I'm going to get it started, and we're going to see what's on Mr. Ben Kelly's mind. We might have some buffs in the crowd listening to the recording of the live, and they're going to be wondering what's on BK's mind. You're about to find out. So you ready to go, boss?
Let's get it.
All right. Number 1. First thing on your mind. Mentor Lake Catholic High. Go.
Cougars.
Rick Neuheisel. He wasted time. Yeah.
First time.
Sam Madison or Patrick Surtain?
13.
Hang glide or hot air balloon?
Damn. Either one. Hot air balloon.
Doc Crease.
Doc Crease, legend. Legend.
Marcus Allen or Eric Dickerson?
Eric Dickerson. Dickerson.
Favorite birthday cake?
Red Velvet.
Skinny jeans or Speedo?
The Speedo.
Where are we going with
best wide receiver you ever covered. Time.
We out of control. We gotta go to commercial break.
We off the rails. We off the rails. We ain't gonna add them up. But we gonna still go with the last one. We gonna go. Best wide receiver. Best wide receiver you covered.
Torrey Holt.
Torrey Holt. Yes, indeed. Torrey. Okay, well, hold on. These don't count, but I want to know them, so I'm gonna ask them. So gotcha. Devin Hester or Dion? You need a big return. Punt.
Dion.
Okay, that's good right there. Okay, all right, that's all. Oh, last one. Shakira or Beyonce?
Beyonce.
Okay. All right, let's add them up. So we got, and then we'll revisit a couple of these. So we got 1 for the Mentor Lake Catholic, 2 Rick Neuheisel, 3 on the Pat Surtain, 4 on the hot air balloon, 5 Doc Crease, rest in peace, 6 ED, 7 on the Red Velvet, and then 9 on the Speedo, or 8 on the Speedo. So, and he will do a Speedo. He ain't playing with you. He will come on out with it and do his thing. Now, he said he's not going. Let's revisit. Rick Neuheisel took us a long time. I don't know if you're going to see this, Rick, but you probably took a long time. He's going with Eric Dickerson. I'm feeling him on the Red Velvet, and then Sam Madison, Pat Surtain. You got to see these two gentlemen at the same time in practice. You were drafted as the nickel. You say Pat Surtain if you had to choose one, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Now let me ask you.
There, boy.
Let me ask you: are you going senior or are you going Pat Surtain too?
You gotta go with the daddy.
Yeah.
Gotta go with the boss.
That
huh?
was tough, man.
The one that started it, no doubt, no doubt. Well, that is fun, and we appreciate you spending time with us on that. Last but not least, you guys, we got our audience Q&A. Definitely blessed and pleased to have BK with us tonight. This is somebody, once again, that you guys are having a chance to listen to. That was no joke. Freshman All-American. He did redshirt, like he said, and that's taking not playing that first year, keeping your eligibility. But freshman All-American, and then it was all she wrote after that. All Big 12, All-American. Definitely appreciate your time. So Q&A. If anybody has a Q&A question, please do not hesitate to put it in the comment section. Q, I was thinking that maybe you had something for the great BK.
You know what? I do, and it's kind of a little bit kind of piggybacking off what we were talking about early in the show. I just want to kind of, just your thoughts again on, young players, whether it's, you're a rookie in the league, or you're a high school player, college, or whatever, the importance of special teams, because I think so much, again, that it's not noted how important that getting on the field and making special teams plays, whether you're returning or you're a gunner or you're checking the gunner, that can get you on the field so much quicker. And I just wanted your 2 cents on that, man.
First of all, I think coaches look at that as because first of all, you only look at it as if you're a DB wide receiver, right?
Right.
After you back your 2 or 3 deep, you have to bring something else to the table.
Mm-hmm.
Or we don't need you. You're not going to be active on game days and things like that. There's certain numbers. Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yeah.
A lot of times, if that's all you can do is play receiver or play corner, because not only do you got to play outside, you got to play the inside. You got to you got to be able to blitz. You have to be able to. So those are the first guys you have out on special teams, covering the kicks, covering the gunners, being a gunner.
Right.
So that just increases your value as a whole.
Yeah.
They gonna play somebody if you're not the number 1 or the number 2 or 3, but you on all the special teams coach gonna vouch for you. I need him. He's on the punt team, the coverage team. He's on one of my gunners. He's one of my best guy open field tacklers. So you have to just increase your value as much as possible. Because not going to be the star. It's some of the, a funny story. You brought up your Bobby Houck. Bobby Houck had an older brother named, what's Bobby Houck's brother's name?
Tim Houck. Was it Tim?
Tim never played offense, never played defense, but somehow ended up in the NFL 12, 13 years. Cover Matthew Slater, a guy we played with, who I later played with in New England and Miami, was Brody. Remember Brody Hefner?
Yeah, I saw Jimmy mention him. Yeah.
He showed up. I never thought I'd see him again after we left CU. He showed up in Miami 1 year. I'm like, Brody.
That's right. That's right. Yep.
Yeah.
Because he was.
That's right. As a long snapper.
He was one of our backup tight ends, stuff like that. But he didn't.
It's that value.
At being a long snapper. I think he played 12 years in the league. Never would have thought it.
Yeah.
Wow. I forgot totally about Brody.
Yeah. So these guys, I mean, it's not glamorous. It's not fancy. You don't put a clip of you getting hemmed up by them double gunners. Right. When they driving you into the sideline, you ain't putting that clip out nowhere, but you're going to be in the league a lot of years.
Right. Yeah.
You gonna be so it's I don't it's a lot of guys. You gotta swallow your ego. You gotta let go of your pride. You gotta swallow your ego. Go do what it is whatever you can do to make that team. That's what you want. Plus, the coach is looking at it. Coaches are looking who's trying hard on, because that's the next. That's who I'm giving an opportunity next. You over there sulking on the side. Well, this other kid, you might be more talented in, but this other kid, he's busting his ass, running up and down that field,
Yeah.
hitting the move, whatever the coach asked for. He's getting the next opportunity, not the one
Absolutely.
over here saying, "I'm better than him. I'm better than him." Yeah, like, no, go out there and do something.
Yeah. Yeah, because as soon as that, even if, like you were saying, even if it's that, defensively wise, if you're defensive back, if that nickel goes down or that fourth corner goes down in a dime package, well, guess who's on the field now? You.
Exactly.
You see what I'm saying? Just like that.
But you're gonna be more likely to be on the field if you're making plays on special teams.
No doubt. Exactly.
Because that builds confidence. The staff, that builds confidence. Okay, he out there hustling. He gonna make a play. Let's give him a shot. We think he can do it. He out there busting his tail. Yep. We know at least he gonna do is put out some effort.
Yep. Yeah,
you hit a big nail on the head, man, when you said the sulking and the sidelines, man. That happens a lot with these young players today, and they don't realize somebody's watching, that recruiter's watching, that NFL scout is watching. I had returned many kicks for touchdowns in high school, thinking, I'm going to see you. I'm going to do the same thing. And I never even sniffed returning kicks because this man was All-American. And when he left, Rome was All-American, Right. So it was like they'll put you on the special teams doing something else, blocking for somebody, and you better do your job. But if you're over there sulking, then you're not gonna go from special teams sulking to starting on defense. That don't work.
Right. Football and basketball or baseball, it's a lot of people who can play football. A lot of people can play. You can get replaced so quick in the game of football, not even be missed. I don't care. Yeah. All-pro name is Le'Veon Bell. Look at Dez Bryant. Look at all these all-pro. You are so replaceable in football. It's too many people playing it. It's too many good players. It's all these players in the CFL wanting to get a shot. NFL,
legit.
The XFL, what's the USFL on right now? All them arena leagues, all them other leagues.
That's a good point, because you played in the CFL, you played in the arena league, you played in the NFL.
So you want to sulk if you want, but they're very easily replaced in football.
Right. Yeah. That's right.
Wow.
That's right.
Wow.
Definitely. Appreciate that.
So there you guys go. This is why we call it the locker room, because you get it real, and you're not getting it from some armchair quarterback. You're getting it from somebody who was an All-American and heard his name get called on the draft. You guys, so he's telling you 100% what it is and what it's going to be. So, man, this is why we wanted to have this gentleman on, and we're going to bring him on again. But BK, I love you. I know you got to get back to work, man, and I appreciate you coming in.
Hey, I love y'all. Appreciate y'all having me. All the best.
No doubt.
Gonna be
no
in touch.
doubt.
Appreciate you, my man, for sure. Definitely.
All right, so that's BK, man, and Q. I mean, hey, we was in the Big 12 together, brother. So,
I'm telling you, man, it's a rough house, man.
With that man.
A rough house, absolutely.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna keep saying that too. My skill position players, they feel like that they should be getting playing time. You make some noise on special teams, man. I mean, that's your opportunity to get on the field, man. But you don't even realize it. You don't even realize it. I'm telling you, it's football. It takes one play, and you out there.
And for you young cats, because we got some young freshmen, Q, that are in college and they're freshmen, and they're wondering if they're going to hit the field.
There you go.
Or if they're going to travel. If you're on the ones, or the twos, maybe I'm on one on punt team, I'm on one on kickoff, but I'm two on kickoff return. Good chance you're traveling.
I'm telling you. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yep.
And then just like that, now it's your spotlight. It's football. It's football. Somebody
It's your chance
goes
to make a
down or
play.
whatever the case. Yeah, it's your chance to make a play, and then it goes from there, just like that.
And
man.
here's another one I'm gonna leave you young bucks with too, because I know you guys are doing it, because I did it, and I don't know if you did it, Q, but you probably did. There's no forecasting in football. No forecasting. And what I mean by forecasting is, oh, I got a San Diego State offer, I got a Hawaii offer. Now I'm looking at the depth chart and trying to forecast who's good and who's not and how I fit in.
Yeah.
There's no forecasting. I'm going to tell you guys a real story, Q. I'm getting recruited by the University of Colorado. BK and Damon Wheeler a year ahead of me. Damon, who was a cornerback you guys had played on the other side of Ben Kelly. Dynamic, great cornerback, right? Probably as a DB, as a corner, better than BK. But BK was bad too. You just saw 2 interceptions in 1 quarter, you know. So I'm on my recruiting trip to Colorado, y'all, and I'm trying to forecast. I'm trying to say, okay, who's good and who's not? How early can I play at CU? And then I go in to talk to the DB coach, Q, AJ Kristoff. AJ Kristoff hit me with this one. Well, we got this young man Wheeler over here, and he's going to be good. We know he's going to be good. And we got a senior who's graduating. We got a freshman with red shirt and Ben Kelly. We don't really know much about him, but you could probably leapfrog him and start with Wheeler. And he ends up getting drafted ahead of Wheeler. So there is no forecasting. You guys don't listen to them coaches. You go with the school that's right with you, the school that you would want to go to, even if you weren't playing football. But there is no forecasting. You better come ready to work and expect that everybody can play, especially if you're playing at a high level. But yeah, man, Ben came out of nowhere, dude, and ended up getting drafted. And I'm sitting 3 years behind these cats. And then he had another year if he wanted to come back.
Right. I mean, man. Yeah, you gotta especially now, man. You gotta come in focused, man, because it's a job. I don't care how anybody else wants to view it.
Younger now.
Younger, man. It's younger now. When you leave to go out to school, it's all business.
See, and I didn't really think too much. I mean, obviously, you know, the businesses that I'm working in deal with the mental side of the game, but I didn't really think too much about his stance where he's saying that jeopardizing their mental status, jeopardizing their them being pressured is worth way more than them having money. Right.
Well, I mean, it's a lot of angles you could look at that. I mean, because what about, because are you going to get,
because they're going to go pro one day.
True, but I mean, are you gonna say that the focus isn't the money from, say, a kid, with a single mom that's working 3 jobs down in Dade County, you know what I'm saying? And you raising, 2 or 3 of your siblings, and you better see your mom because she working 2 or 3 jobs. See what I'm saying? That conversation is gonna be a different conversation. It's gonna be a totally different conversation.
And I wonder if he's a little removed from his superstardom, man.
Yeah,
we get removed because I remember, dude, they were selling them jerseys like hotcakes.
Absolutely, and then get a dime. You see what I'm saying? So it's like you have to. These kids, they have to be business savvy now, because once you engage, in going, especially transitioning from high school to college, you have to understand what you're dealing with, and it's far beyond football. You have to understand the business aspect of it. That's what I kept saying, is the fact that your talent is now a commodity, because it is.
It's been a commodity.
It's been a commodity. Absolutely. Now it's just a commodity that you as an athlete can cash in on.
And I see Mama Cindy joining in, and she says it's 2 jobs, the athlete and their education, and really 3 jobs. It's athlete, education, and the business, the actual being a brand, a personal brand.
Absolutely. But you have to be educated enough to understand about, what is a personal brand. What is the conduct that I need to carry myself with outside of these white lines in order to protect my brand, or the people that I'm hanging around
and
in order to protect my brand? Absolutely.
And enhance my brand.
Absolutely. So I mean, it's a lot that goes into that, man. But these schools been getting paid from day one, the 1800s. You know what I mean? Like,
and then he also flipped the locker room perspective, because he said, "How are my teammates gonna look at me when I make $1 million, Travis Hunter, and I drop that game-winning touchdown that could have sent us to the championship?"
True. And I mean, and I get that. But here's the thing, though, that comes with the territory. That comes with the territory. See, everybody has everybody has an opportunity now, to build their own brand. I understand maybe there's some level of athletes. Obviously, Travis Hunter is a phenomenal, highly recruited athlete. He's at Colorado with promise, a lot of hype there. I get it, but everybody has opportunity to get bread. Now, it's kids that you might not even be starting, but the fact is, you have a business or whatever, it might be camps or whatever the case may be, and you have an opportunity to create a brand and grow it and make money. You see what I mean? Yeah. It's wide open.
It's very interesting to hear somebody who would have made a lot say that,
I was blown back by that. Right. I was blown back by that. Totally.
But I get his perspective.
And I do. I absolutely do. But again,
the entitlement.
That's the purpose of the locker room. That's why we here, folks. So we can mentally prepare these kids, because you're going to have to get ready for it, because if they go into school, whether you wanted to or not, you send your son off, you send your daughter off. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. It's coming. The pressure's gonna be there whether you like it or not. The business is gonna be there whether you like it or not, and the school is gonna still make money off of you and your talent. That is a commodity. It's gonna make it whether you like it or not. So you need to learn the ropes.
There you go.
ASAP.
There you go. And that's why you're in the locker room, because we're going to bring it to you.
That's why you're in the locker room. Exactly.
Every single week. It's only getting better, y'all. So we appreciate you guys joining us tonight. Once again, the topics that matter, the things that are going to bring your game to the next level. And we're not just talking to X's and O's. We're talking about business, man. So we want you guys to get after it. We want you guys to bring a friend, and we also want you guys to hit that like button. And so if you haven't already subscribed to the Locker Room Show, our channel, please do, so that you guys are notified whenever we have a new show, a new guest, a new topic. We want you guys with us. We want you live, and we want you guys to know about it. So please do subscribe to our channel. Please tell anybody that that likes football or is in the industry, maybe their kid is coming up, that this is a show where they can get gamed up and learn a lot. Also want to give a shout out to the late, great Jim Brown. We haven't had the opportunity to talk about this, but rest in peace to Jim Brown. He was more than just a football player. He was an activist. He was somebody that had to go through a lot to help a lot of people, and just a true GOAT, in every sense. So we want to give his shouts out. Actually,
shout out
Crack my father's helmet. Crack my grandfather's helmet, Q. I said, crack my grandfather's helmet. Yeah, man. And didn't even hesitate. And for those that don't know, my grandfather, Willie Wood, is an NFL Hall of Famer, Pro Football Hall of Famer. So, he just wasn't some fringe cat. And one time I asked him, said, man, Grant, who is the baddest? Who is the baddest that you ever played? Just like we do on the show. And I didn't even finish the sentence. And it was Jim Brown. Like it was not a doubt. I don't even got to think about it. And then he said, man, one time went low on him and his knee cracked his helmet. Yeah,
That's it, man.
and
He's a
obviously
monster.
a lot
He's a
old
monster.
school helmets back then.
Absolutely.
And then also want to keep you guys. We got something huge, actually groundbreaking that we've never done with Before You Go Pro before a 2020 college football recruiting cohort. You guys, years of success. These are some of my babies that are playing in college football now or graduated. But if you know somebody or if you are somebody that is in the class of 2024 looking to play at the next level, we kick off June 5th, an 8-month program, an accelerator where we're going through every element of what you need to have in place to be recruited and get to the bag. So you guys check that out before you go pro.com, look on our social media. And if you know somebody or you are somebody, we ain't taking just anybody. You got to be evaluated. We're looking at film, but if you join, you're going to college. So there you go. So, all right. Well, this was one of our longest shows, Q, but obviously we had a great guest, man, and we'll be back next week. Anything for the good people before we get out of here?
Hey, school's still in. It's summertime, but the learning never stops. One more thing. I'm sorry, Coach. One more thing I got to mention, which I'm sure any of you all playing, especially you college players out there. 2 things. A lot of accidents happen over the summer. T, correct me if I'm wrong. Be careful hooping. Recreationally hooping. I done seen too many torn ACLs out here playing. And be careful in the pool.
Achilles.
In the ocean too. But I didn't heard. I mean, it's every summer, man. You hear college players, man. Whether they can't swim or they are playing with their boys, and man, I mean, or drown. So be careful when you're in the pool. Be mindful, man, when you're around water. If you're out here on, jet skis or whatever, man. Don't do any drinking out on the, out.
Do they need to be at every party? Do they need to be at every party?
Not even close. Not even close. Not even close. Because before you know it, the season's right up on you. And you got to strap it up and do it all over again. So be mindful, man. But no off-season injuries, man. The summer just kicked off. The summer will go by like a blur. No off-season injuries.
You guys work too hard.
Derail your season. You work way too hard, man. And I've seen it way too much. Season gone before it even started.
And then some of you guys are at these camps and showcases. You younger kids, don't you're not Rambo. If you're feeling a little tweak in your hammy or something's not right, trust that it's about to happen. So take a break. Because the scholarship's gonna come off the game film more so than those showcases and camps anyway. Okay,
absolutely.
So God bless you guys. You stay healthy. You make the right decisions off the field, and then you can get drafted like BK. So we are out for tonight's show. We will see you next Thursday with another great guest from the football entertainment industry. I am Coach Wood. That is the Guru, and we'll see y'all. Have a good one.